Well, called that wrong.
Yeah.
Unless she whips this bitch, which I'm hoping she does, and not Wei Ying. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, this is Lessons, and we are back with another episode of modaozushi. We come back as we normally do with notes, comments, and a board. So let's go ahead and hit up that board first thing. Where obviously we had sort of a bottle episode, if you will. So there wasn't really that much to change. I connected Wei Ying to Wang Yingzhao with a red line, and then I connected Sushi to Wei Ying and Jiansheng with a white line.
I mean, everybody should have a red line with Wen Chao, except maybe his father and his lover.
I didn't say Wen Chao. Or is that just a weird comment that you didn't preface at all?
We were talking about Wei Ling.
I'm assuming you're talking about the first note. I don't know how we're confused. There's only two fucking notes. I connected Wei Ying to Wang Yingzhao with a red line.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then I connected Sushi to Wei Ying and Jiansheng with a white line.
Okay, never mind. Okay, then. Well, those were the board changes. We go to notes. And you probably have more notes than I do, but here we go. Episode now, there are two people on the same boat. I guess the brand didn't affect wuxian abilities. I don't know why I put a question mark on that, but I did. At least they don't say anything about it, other than he got hurt.
Well, that's because what's his name? Niang Song only mentioned that it could, not that it would.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the content of the episode is more about how scarring would more negatively affect a woman than it would a man.
Yeah.
Not that this show isn't filled with pretty boys. So, Wei Ying's been struck by the branding iron. I guess that would come into play in the future, but for right now, it's just a mar of the flesh. We'll have to wait and see if it did anything to his meridians or the like. Also have to wonder if it will come into play at any point, as the brand seemed to be the mark of the Wen clan.
Pretty cool for them. It shows you, what the Wen clan
Sorry,
are about.
You said cruel, right?
Yeah.
I heard cool. Pretty cool of them. And then in the context of what you said, you meant cruel. I misheard.
Yes, I said cruel. Yes, not cool at all. No.
Well, see, I didn't know which way you were going to go. I heard pretty cool of them, and I'm like, where is he going with this? To have brands with their marks on it? Like, I didn't know where the fuck you were going.
No.
And then he didn't say anything in the context of cool, so it's like, what did I hear? He must have meant cruel.
And to complete the villain trifecta, Chao is also a coward.
I mean, I think we already knew that. Well, when Chao orders the entire mountain to be surrounded so that no survivors can escape, thus how Jiansheng's second exit ran right into the Wen clan as well, but also something that could be problematic for Lan Xan and Wei Ying should the Wen clan still be waiting around. Though, chances are that almost everyone came out, they might assume that everyone that everyone that was left the area.
I mean, after all, the other way to figure it out would be to go swim into the area and find out the bodies, right?
Well, except that they know there's a monster in there. That's what they ran from.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's why I assumed that they would assume that anyone that didn't come out is just dead to the monster.
Fair note. Well, so much for keeping hostages if you're just going to kill them. Kind of lose their value the moment they're dead.
Well, like I said during the episode, it's a double-edged blade. One, if the hostages, even though you're not calling them hostages because you're trying to re-educate them, is your whole thing. But if your hostages misbehave, they take it out on your house. But at the same time, if your house misbehaves, they take it out on your hostages. So,
yeah,
they have no value. They have no value, essentially. The Wen clan thinks
they have value as long as they're alive.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. They have no value. The Wen clan thinks that they can take out the entire house. So the value of the hostage isn't so that the house doesn't mess around. They think they can just take them out anyway. That's proven by the Lan clan, and then all the other clans that also got mentioned. So it's not so much oh no, we lost the hostages, they're going to rise up against us. Fuck that. They think they can take them out anyway. This is just like a back and forth, everybody loses thing. Well, obviously not the Wen clan. Well, they will lose. Hold on, give me 1 sec. The bums lose. They always lose.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I know we covered that the maple leaf flowed down the stream and found its way into this underground cavern, leading everyone to think that there may be another exit that way, and fair enough, turns out to be true. But I know I'd be standing around wondering if someone just had a leaf stuck to their robes when they came down, and it just fell into the water.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a possibility too, but it'll be more than one, really.
There's all of us. All of us were literally wandering around in the forest right before the scene. So, I mean, I know that it turned out to be the case, but I know I said it in the episode too. I would just think that one of us carried a leaf in.
Okay, we know that the land disciple is a traitor, and that he only missed because he intended to kill wuxian. But what did he hope to gain in doing that if they were all still trapped in the cave? Traitorous, cowardly, and stupid.
Well, no. One, I'm going to skip ahead on my notes to read my note on the subject, but two, they were already had found the escape path and were moving that way. Wei Ying was distracting it to do that. No, you're saying in your note you indicated that they hadn't found the escape path yet, so he was just doing nothing for no reason. But they had found the escape path, so he wasn't still trapped
I
in with
didn't
the
know
monster.
that it's
Reread it. Just
well,
reread the whole thing.
Okay, because that goes to
No,
why
just
I
reread
guess
the
I
whole
didn't.
thing and we'll address it
Yeah.
after.
Okay, we know the land disciple is a traitor, and they only missed because he intended to kill Wuxian. Well, what did he hope to gain doing they were all still trapped in the cave? Because the monster was still alive. That's something I added right now, by the way. Traitors, cowardly, and stupid.
Yeah,
So,
they weren't
knew her way out of
trapped.
Gao.
They had an escape. They were moving towards the escape.
Yeah, but Wuxian was the one that was,
Right, I'm just saying that
keeping the
your
monster
note
locked
seems
down.
to indicate that they're trapped in the cave with no escape, because that's the definition of the word trapped. They're not trapped.
They're
They're
trapped with the
actively
monster.
moving towards the exit. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, is that I'm not disagreeing on a number of these things. Let me just read my thing first, and then we can address where we might be separate. My read on Sushi. Could they actually have been trying to help? Sure. Wei Ying's fire thing is fading. Everyone will be in danger once it's done dealing with Wei Ying. Maybe shoot it in the eye, distract it, be the big hero, and save everyone. Does that seem likely to me? No. For one thing, you shoot it, you draw attention to yourself. You know, where everyone else is as well. The opposite of what you'd want to do. Plus, you shoot Wei Ying, the fire goes out, and the monster eats Wei Ying. It's still distracted and focused on the area where you all are running. From the area where y'all are running. It just makes more sense for that to be his intent rather than playing hero. Also, his shot is so far off the mark. If he actually was trying to do good, it was a ridiculous shot.
I think overall, I think he just wanted to kill him. Remember, he was one of the ones who tried to turn it into what's her name to Shao. So I was like, oh yeah, no, here it is. She is. I'm like, what are you doing? And when they come out, they go like, we know what you were doing. He's like, oh, well, I'm trying to. He made the excuse, but they were like, no, motherfucker, we know exactly what you were
As
doing.
I said, I don't disagree with you. I just read my note lessons. I'm saying I was disagreeing with one element of your note, which was that they weren't trapped. So he is stupid for a completely different reason from my thing, which was, if he was trying to be a hero, he would attract the thing's attention to where everyone was at.
Well, you read your notes, so I guess I read mine. It's pretty short. So this is Wuxian and Langshan's bonding episode. I mean, technically,
Among
they also
bonding
bonded,
episodes.
yeah, in the library as well. But now they're,
Well, I mean, we got a bunch of establishing episodes to see where they're at. We had a falling out episode to see where they fell apart. And now this is the comeback.
Yeah.
The monster has the bones on its shell, which is what I was commenting on before when Wei Ying is asking how many people did it eat. I mean, unless it's shitting corpses onto its own back, then I really have no explanation for it. I guess it could be like part cat, and instead of hairballs, it gets corpse balls, and with its long neck, it decorates its shell with its own vomit.
Oh, it's a mythical monster. That's how the shells come out. Some kind of magic thing,
It's mythical in that it's not real for us. It's not mythical for them. It's legendary for them in that there's a story about it, and then it was gone for a long time, but they fucking hunted it down and found it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, again, unless you're indicating that its stomach is its shell, I don't know. The element is how many did it eat? Well, apparently not those, because they're on its back. Conceivably, this is one of those situations I think I talked to you before about when God, I can't remember. Mel Brooks' son wrote a zombie novel. Max Brooks is his name. What
World
the
War
fuck is it?
Z.
World War Z. I just couldn't think of the name.
DC.
Yeah, no, World War Z. Daisy is the video game. Anyway,
Yeah, no. Yeah.
In that there's the story of the woman who has to bail out of her plane in the like middle of Louisiana swamps, and she's staring down at a zombie, and she's just sitting there wondering what the fuck happened to this guy to put him in this position. And then she goes over the thought. That's the first thing that they teach you. Don't stand around wondering what happened to that poor bastard. Otherwise, you're not going to be paying enough attention for you to become the next poor bastard. Well, I'm just sitting here thinking, will these guys crawl up on this guy's back before they die? Like, I'm going to be like weighing here, just sitting around, what the fuck happened to these people? And then the thing's going to eat me. And I'm going to crawl on its back because it's in the middle of the water and I don't want to drown. And I'm going to die on its back.
Yep, I kept writing Shao with CH as opposed to just CIAO, but that's just a Romanized version, the English version.
Wait,
my second
what?
Because I'm looking at my notes.
You just said CIAO, which is bye. Are you telling? Did you write a note telling me bye?
No.
Because his name is CHAO, which is his name, and then the CIAO is goodbye.
But his actual name is.
His actual name is CHAO.
I thought no, but the translation had him as the subtitles as this.
That's goodbye.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, his name is CHAO. Look at the board, man. It's on there.
Yeah.
And you know where I get their names from? The frickin' Wikipedia.
Well, I was going for what the translation was saying.
Yeah, well, I don't use that a lot of time. And Nasia, they spell Gina with a J and Rockio with a C. On the Wikipedia, it's with a G, the Q. So it's like I fucking use the main source. Who the fuck knows what people in subtitling are doing?
Anyway, like I was saying, my second to last note. Shao, if you're going to disarm people, make sure they don't have things like a string that can split rock. They took out their swords. They didn't actually check them. Like
where's that string come from? Lessons.
Probably his robes.
You can't remember a joke to save your life, can you?
No, I'm not gonna go there. That I know what you're trying to do, and I'm not going there. Yeah.
I don't know what you think I'm baiting you into here. I was so good that I literally made it the preview of the episode.
Anyway.
I know you seem to think it's like one of the old baby jokes that we used to be making. It's like, no, it's just how long is the name of this fucking piece of equipment? How much more information do you need? It's the killer string of I don't remember. I actually don't remember. So I was going
to the killer string of the cloud, the Land Clan killer string of the cloud recesses of Ghost. I think that's the full name.
I don't know if it is or not, but I mean, that's basically the joke. It's filled with information that I don't know is valuable or not. Like, if every other clan has their own type of string, then sure. But, by the way, miracle robes, these things just do not get wet. Swimming around in the water, and they flow freely around you like you were flying through the air, rather than soaking up and clinging to you or dragging you down. Same thing for when you get out of the water. Light and airy, just like they always are.
You gotta make those cuts in the animations budget. You're not gonna.
Yeah, but I mean, if we wanted to show cute guys without their tops on, that might be a way. We gotta dry off our robes.
Yeah, they might do that in some other sequence. Remember, oh yeah, no, these things get wet and get heavy. Well, I think they're mostly silk, but they're layers of silk, so eventually they would get wet and heavy. And yes, you're going to quote me on that one. Anyway, my last.
No, really, notes. I've got better quotes for you already.
And I said that I asked this during the episode, but I reminded when I watch it again. Is that sword the thing that finally unlocks Wuxian's path to demonic cultivation, or is it simply another step in the process?
I mean, I don't know that it's anything.
It clearly had dark energies, which had all the resentment of all the people that the creature.
Yeah, but that did nothing for him or to him. Like, when he got struck by the zombie, like, many episodes back, we saw literally a shot of, like, his gold whatever turning red or red going into it. That was a thing. The sword is just, he grabs it, he uses it.
We see that lines are going to his central shaka? Central golden point. So,
I just don't remember it being as big of a thing as when the zombie thing happened. And That could just be him grabbing it. Like, I don't know. It just seemed not as Frostmorny as it could have been. More harping about the monster. The way this monster seems to eat people, almost whole if the aerial bite it tries to take out of Lanzan is to be taken as typical, really makes me even more confused about Wei Ying's previous comment about the skulls having slices in them. Unless that's a comment about people being sacrificed to this thing, like they were executed, thus the mark on the skull, and their bodies tossed down here to appease the monster.
It's also a possibility.
Remember, it has like the nickname Slaughter of place name. So if you know what's here, keep it appeased and asleep, and it won't come out here and eat us. And in the future, we saw that scene in the cave where they make sacrifices
To the statue.
They never actually cover what sacrifice means. Are we
It could be
killing
animal
lambs? Are we
sacrifices.
just killing
Yeah.
burning incense? Like, be anything.
Yeah.
I wonder if Wei Ying will only be able to control the dead animated by the resentment, or be able to raise the dead without the resentment. I get that that mainly applies to humans, as far as I understand it, but it occurs to me that if he could raise anything, coming back to this cave in the future to raise Zhuan sorry, I said that wrong. Zhuan might be a big thing for the Sunshot campaign.
An entire army worth of undead on down there.
Well, no,
Theoretically
specifically
speaking.
this giant ass fucking monster thing.
Yeah.
But the element is, I don't know if he can just raise the dead or if he can only control the dead.
Also, he got decapitated. I don't know if when he raises the dead, they come out whole or not.
We have no idea how it works at all.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right, you're done.
Yeah.
My final note now. After the attack on everyone escaping the cave, Jian Shang is the only one we track afterwards as he limps away to parts unknown. We know that Lanzan and Wei Ying's plan was to wait 3 days and then fight the monster if help didn't arrive. We also know that Guso was the closest place to get help from when the Wen attack on it, before the Wen attack on it, at 4 days there and back. So not explicitly sure what we are meant to pull from seeing Jiansheng limping away, other than the fact that he made it away from the attack. I guess that he's not coming back with help, regardless of his hope that his brother holds on. It doesn't even really suggest that everyone else died. As we know, Ziswan must have survived, given that there's a kid he has to have with Yan Li still, unless he's already done the deed and that kid gets born with no father. If so, then I guess I'm going to be wrong about my guess that he's the one that stabs her as well.
Believing that she was cheating with wuxian.
I have no fucking idea. You're putting that out there.
I mean,
Literally, all we
Jealous
saw
husband.
was in the future. He thinks back and has a flash of her being stabbed. Legitimately, all we see is the sword.
Yeah.
We don't see a hand or who's doing it. She just collapsed into a Wei Ying. That's it. It doesn't imply that he is the one that stabs her, though. Or I guess it could imply that. It doesn't have to imply that.
Yeah. Well, that was your final note, so I guess we're on to comments then.
Oh, you have nothing else to say about the main half of it?
Not really, because
That's why I always think that you're never really listening. Not a massive critique. It's just that you only comment about the last thing said. Sounds like he's wrapping up. I'll see what he's talking about now. Sometimes I talked about the element that Jian Shang is going for help, and then Zan talks about this element that Guso is the closest help around, even though they're not there
has been
anymore.
burned down.
Yeah, and then it's 4 days away, and they're only going to be waiting 3 days. And what's the purpose of then seeing Jian Shang limping away a second time?
Unless he meets the elder child, who could be the leader of the clan, because his father is dying or dead.
Oh, hold on a second. I got a very clear way to counter this, and that's
sorry. Unless he meets with the missing brother, who now in theory is the patriarch of the Land Clan, because the father either is dying or dead.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we're wrong about that. We're wrong about that because I'm wrong about that. But that's coming from the comments, so I'll wait to get there.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, we got no fucking idea, right? Of the things we know from the future, That guy is not one of them. But yes, comments. First up, we got Sarah Linda from the Patreon from the episode The Best Archer. I tend to write my comments as I'm watching rather than waiting until the end, like I'm writing this part before we watch the episode. I do try to edit as you respond and discuss things during/after the episode, but if you changed or figured out something at the end and I already wrote about it, I might have forgotten to edit that part. Anyway, I honestly don't care about David Carradine's reputation or what his private kinks are, lol. Only the character he played in the show. I would argue that some things are larger than life at this point. Fangmian ended the engagement. Madame Yu talks about why she wanted the engagement in the first place. No matter how much power Fangmian allows her to have within the clan, she can't/won't overrule his decision that involved other clans. He assumed her response would be to nag, bully him at home into reinstating it later, probably with Z Swan's mother doing the same thing on her side.
So she has as much power as he allows her to have within the clan.
Despite the fact that she seems to run things when he's off. Anyway, my whole thing is, I disagree with the statement, only from the aspect that, well, one, clearly Sarah Linda clearly knows what's happening, and that there's other sources of this information outside of the anime, and that this is like 4 times published. You know, it's got its own web animation, it's got its own, I assume it's a manga, there's a book, like there's plenty of places to get this from. But my element is I didn't read that way. That read to me like already sour relationship. He's already trying to butter her up with, hey, here's a hair thing. You know, that she says, no, this is to happen this way. And he'll be like, okay. Yeah, it just didn't read to me. It didn't read to me that she said no and he went off and did it anyway. It read to me as she said no and then happy wife, happy life. I rewatched the contest scene several times in slow-mo to make sure Jian Cheng does hit a target with his first shot. There are noises that sound like an arrow being shot, and the targets twist around each other, but he doesn't release until the 3 targets are close. He hits the first one, which dissolves quickly with a bluish-purple trace. They're still abbreviating Wei Ying to WMX, so that throws me every time I see it. Hits the second one, which also poofs away fast. Then the third one gets right in Jian Cheng's face before Wei Ying hits it as well. Here's my thing. I did not rewatch it in slow-mo, but I have analyzed it twice myself in the 4 times that I've watched it. And, I disagree. Sorry, Sarah Linda, you're getting the same treatment that Lessons gets, which is to say, you have your perspective, and I remember what I saw. I can't remember the name of that movie, the one I always want to reference when this shit comes up. You know, the person gets assassinated, and they're going through like all the camera footage from all these different perspectives. I want to say it's like perspective or point of view or something like that, but I can't remember the name of the movie. Anyway, point being is that I think in my solo watch through, and I believe Sarah Linda may have brought it up there before as well, that I went over the element that it very clearly looks to me like there's 3 targets. Jian Cheng fires, then there's 3 targets still, and that's my basis, that the number of targets does not go down, and it seems like a shot is a kill. So, if he released an arrow, and there's the same number of targets after, I think the equivalent of your ribbon is crooked is like saying your fly is open. Most people would be a bit embarrassed, but for someone like Lan Wangji, it reflects poorly on his clan as well. But to actually go and zip up another man's fly for him? Oh my god, Wei Ying, what the heck are you thinking? Even if we disconnect the action from something with sexual connotations, fixing a tie, pulling up his socks, rebuttoning his shirt, you just don't do that to someone you barely know and who clearly doesn't like you or want to be touched.
I mean, it's an invasion of his personal space and touching of things that, don't. Well, I said that during the, don't do it. Don't invade his personal space.
Well, I don't know. The element here, the moment they threw in fixing a tie, you can do that. He's saying they don't like him or doesn't clearly want to be around you. Yeah, but we spent so much time in a library together. I feel like I feel like these two are at fixing a tie level at the very least. So
Don't
maybe
seem
that
that
was
way
a
to
bad
me.
example. I mean, to be fair, it nailed it on pulling up another man's zipper. Like you don't move from your flies down to let me get that for you.
Like, yeah, please don't.
Yeah, you don't walk up to the stall and hold another man's dick. It's like, yeah, that's pretty weird.
Like, men don't talk in the bathroom unless they know each other.
All right, next comment also from Sarah Linda from the Patreon from the episode Dictatorship. Random fact from the last episode that has almost nothing to do with the show. In this kind of fantasy world, immortality is possible. A person can cultivate themselves to such a level that they control their body enough to completely halt or even reverse aging, making them technically immortal, though still killable. Even growing a full golden core will slow your visible aging, so that all the adults tend to look maybe 27 to 30-ish, no matter how old they are. It was poorly done to translate the first mention of Lan Wangji's father as fatally wounded when he seems to be alive during all of this. Badly wounded, sure, and he could still die, but Mian longs for Yandao, is from an ancient Chinese poem, a real world one, not for the show. I probably put that in the comment last time. Spoiler for episode 9, which is we already watched. Incoming terrible CGI. Why they used it like this, only for this scene, is a mystery. It's like they roughed it in and meant to fix it later, then never fixed it. I like the CGI used in the rest of the show, but here, everyone knows it's awful with no excuse for it. That means that Sarah Linda likes that horrible boat CGI thing that we got
Yeah.
before. Is the rest of the show,
This one
Sarah
was.
Linda?
I have to disagree because here I think it really gives a sense of 3 dimensions. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough, but since they're moving and fighting, it's like, okay, this is a 3rd-dimensional creature they're fighting around. Now the thing is that I think what makes it bad is Chan and Wuxian are still hand drawn or look like they're hand drawn, so they look like they're 2D, while the monster and the cave looks 3D. So that kind of pulls it out. So I think they were trying to do both things at the same time, and that's the part that didn't work.
I don't think it needed to be CGI. The element is
I
that
didn't
it
need to, but they
looked
went for it.
good. The monster looked good in previous scenes when it was drawn.
Mhm. Yeah.
And then it makes the transition to CGI. Like, I would say that if you were going to do it in CGI, you should do the whole thing in CGI, not the whole shot. I mean, the monster. The monster should
Yeah, from the
never have
very
been drawn. That should always have been CGI. That way you can impose the concept of that other, right?
Mhm.
That it feels other because it's always looked other. But then you can't also then pull the scene of, oh, we didn't see it there.
Yeah.
It was a rock formation or whatever. Because
I saw it
it
from
will
the very
always
beginning,
look like CGI at that point. It will always stand. It's like when you're watching older animations,
Mhm.
and then there's like something in the background that very clearly stands out as drawn differently. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's going to be something in a minute.
There's a meme about that where there's an anime from I think 70s or 80s, and they literally look at, oh hey, look, that patch of earth is weirdly drawn. We're gonna fall, and then they jump and it falls because oh, I really noticed this one. This was the one who did it. So even but I knew it was a monster from the. In fact, I think I said it. Oh, it's a giant turtle, but
Well, yeah, but I think the thing that for me is, again, that I've already watched that episode. This is going to be the
yeah,
first new one for me that I have no idea what the fuck is coming. So,
yeah.
obviously, I can't be like the one, hey, look at that weird thing in the background, because that's just me spoiling stuff for you lessons.
Yeah.
Now, if I have observations, they're going to be fucking real and in the moment.
That's it.
No, I thought you were looking something up.
No,
You were doing, the face,
I was erasing my email, not reading.
and then opening multiple other windows. And finally, we have from Sign Nominine, from The Best Archer. Love the reaction. I think your characterization of Madame Yu and Jiang Fengmian is pretty spot on. Modaozushi has a lot of adaptations, which is really great for us fans. There's the books, of course. Guess technically not an adaptation. The live action drama, The Untamed, which is really popular and is on Netflix. There is the manhwa, stage plays, and audio drama. Just the thing about the board, does a cross out mean that the character is dead? This is probably a slight spoiler for lessons, so If so, Lan Kuran isn't dead. Also, he isn't the clan leader, more of an acting leader, but it was Lan Zishen and Long Wenyi's father who was mortally wounded.
Okay.
That means that two different people are being referred to.
Yes.
So one
Well, we only
is
seen the
mortally
one,
wounded and one is injured or whatever, versus them both talking about the same person.
So the uncle isn't injured, but we never see the father, do we? We only see the uncle.
Right.
Yeah. I asked you a question.
And I answered it.
We never. I didn't hear what you said. I heard it. Wait.
Well, then maybe you should say, I didn't hear what you said, instead of this elaborate. See enough of your facial twitches all the time lessons. Ironically, I'll bring it up in a minute. I said right.
Yeah, it didn't come out as something intelligible, so I was like, what?
Oh yeah, you with the weird cutoff is going to get on me about one time. Anyway.
I'm just saying, it's just I didn't register, that's all.
Yeah. All right, well, anything else about the comments?
No.
All right, well, with all that said, let's go ahead and hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button.
Hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
on top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this,
Unfiltered.
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
Well, I gotta say, at the very least, I'm excited for a new modaozushi episode.
For you.
It's been
And for me.
Well, yeah, for you too.
Yeah.
It is a new episode for you as well.
Yes.
It's not
All
like you
of them
said
are new
not
for
for
me.
me. It's like, well, yeah, it is a new episode for you as well. I just mean the element that I watched up to 9 episodes, right? So that's about 9 weeks, give or take, given the fact that I was recording maybe 1 or 2 episodes every other week. And then 9 weeks with you to rehash the content so you could get caught up, and then we could then get into the series proper. So that's 4 to 5 months? 4 to 5 months that I have been unable to progress.
Now, I did think about, the past, that's the name of the season proper, but that's not really true, because if we're having, I don't know how this is Chinese, so it was made Chinese studio.
As we all know that China does not regard the past. It's the same way the rest of the world does.
No. I'm talking about they might not be doing it in the 12 episode or 13 episode season format. You understand? Which means I was looking, this is 10 episodes. We have only 2 episodes left of the season. But that might be irrelevant to the whole point. It's
not a meta that I like to try and engage in. Yeah. I will say, from the standpoint of knowing what's coming or what's not, I only grab 1 episode at a time. I don't have a full listing because I don't want to know.
I must have 2 masters. Is it a ballet song? I think that the instrument, it's a ballet song. See, these are questions that come up.
Lessons as my former DM in an Ironclaw campaign.
Yeah.
I have a song almost exactly like this in my Harmon playlist.
Yeah.
For my character inspiration stuff.
I almost thought that was the wuxian that got stabbed, but he wasn't.
Well, remember at the end of the episode, last thing we saw was the sword dropping down into the depths.
Yeah. It's a Wei Ying, but it's Wei Ying. Young. I like to get my pronunciations right if I can.
You won't.
Can't. Yeah, but I try. Oh, interesting. You can use the strings too. Oh, sweet. You're not supposed to fall asleep, remember? That's the whole point.
I mean, maybe he shouldn't be bashful right now anyway. Turn around and face the guy to make sure he's not falling asleep.
Oh, he did fall asleep.
And that's why he became evil.
阿信，你醒啦？
Is he dreaming or is he actually making out?
I think he's asleep,
别乱动。
despite her saying you're awake. Because otherwise, it means he slept all the way for 4 days plus. We know how far away they were.
叫什么叫？嫌伤的不够重是吧？早知道就丢你在那木樨山里自生自灭。你小子
I don't know. They're not framing it like a dream.
要跪下来感谢我吗？
这么久才带人来，你存心弄死我？
Again, he was limping last time we saw him, though.
最多只要5
Yeah.
天吧。
你傻呀？只算回的时间。要挖开被堵死的地洞，还要和温狗周旋，7天把你救出来，感恩戴德吧。
啊，好像是这么回事。
Well, never mind. They're framing it like it's really real, so
先吃点东西。
I'd be concerned about how pink that meat is.
谢师姐。
Yeah.
慢点吃。好吃吗？
还是你自己没长手啊？找打！
我去知会阿爹一声。
So, what are you concerned about, Chang? She's your blood relative. I'm adopted.
Yeah.
知道那是屠戮玄武还去杀，不要命了！
不杀还能怎么办？等死啊！可恨那王八孙子，居然把洞踩塌了。哎，对了，蓝湛怎么样了？他哥找他没？
蓝忘机回姑苏了，蓝曦臣估计带着抢救出来的古籍和乐谱躲起来了。
那蓝宗主呢？
去世了。
But father. So
Who
now
we
we know the
apparently
brother
haven't met
is-
before because we only know the uncle,
Yeah.
I guess.
Call to war. Oh, they're claiming.
父亲，
Well, never let an opportunity go to waste.
岐山蓝江金灭四家，以江家为首，犯上作乱，真是好大的狗胆！幸好孩儿不负众望，才最终斩下了这妖兽的头颅，献于父亲。
哦，是吗？
Half of that I did.
是啊，温狗正在不夜天城大肆庆贺。
还真是张嘴就来，明明蓝湛杀的。
是吗？父亲，
江叔叔，
都坐着吧。
It's just like a very uncomfortable bed. But hey, you know, you're used to it, right?
是你杀的。
算我们俩都有份吧，但主杀是他。
既是你俩合力杀的，都推给他一个人干什么？
不是推，就是觉得比起他来，我确实没。
And maybe because he was conscious at the end and I wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
做的不错。
He's feeling jealous.
Yeah, what did I tell you before? Look at the background of scenes. He's always given the eye.
可惜你不在，不然这颗头啊也有你一份了，你还能跟我说说话解解闷儿。哎呀，蓝湛那人啊，简直是憋死我了。
憋死活该。你就不应该抢出头。要是你最初没有动，
江城，你知道方才的话有哪里不妥吗？
What do you think this is? The Lon clan?
Yeah.
有些话不能乱说，说了就代表你还是没明白云梦江氏的家训。
是，他不明白，有什么关系啊？
Oh, please stab your son in the back a little more.
明知不可而为之，可不就是像他这样，明明知道会给家里添什么麻烦，却还要闹腾。他总有一天，非给咱们家闹出大乱子不可。
I mean, literally, we just saw that scene from Chow.
你来
It's
做
very clearly coming.
这地儿我还来不得了。江宗主可还记得，我也是莲花坞的主人，可还记得哪个才是你的儿子？
三娘，
怎么，不高兴听了？你好好看清楚，这个才是你的亲生儿子。就算你因为他是我生的就看不惯他，他还是姓江。
Ouch.
我就不
Wow.
信你不知道外面那些人怎么传的，说江宗主这么多年了 还对某某三人痴心不改，视故人之子为亲子，都猜测魏婴是不是就是你的
于子渊？
I told you there was rumors about, at least rumors about it.
I hate the way you frame things sometimes, Lessons. I told you! You're as bad as she is. I can forgive her, though.
江风眠，你走什么走？心虚了吗？藏色散人和你的家仆未尝则。
See, I'm on her side. I already stated that before she even started throwing out facts like that.
江城，江城，有什么话摊开了说，不要别别扭扭的，心里藏着东西。
我回你床上躺着去。
那些乱七八糟的鬼话，你别给我信。江叔叔对你是严厉，可你是江叔叔的亲生儿子，未来云梦江氏的宗主。而我不一样，我是别人家的儿子，自然。
他对我并不是严厉，只是不喜欢。
哪有人不喜欢自己？
I mean, he disregards him. Again,
别瞎想。
every time I pointed out in the background that he's just watching shit happen.
Yeah.
连带也不喜欢我，他觉得我不懂家训，不配做家主，半点没有江家的风骨。是，你和蓝忘机合力斩杀屠戮玄武，浴血奋战，了不起。可是我呢？我也是奔波数日，精疲力竭，一刻都没有休息过。
谁说你不配做家主？谁说做家主就一定要受家法，从家训了？云梦江氏历代那么多位家主，我就不信人人都是一个样。江城，听好了，将来你做家主，我就做你的下属，像你父亲和我父亲一样。 郭苏兰是有双臂，我们云梦就有双节。
Yeah, that's not gonna work out. In the
I
future.
think it will. I mean, it will because they're not known to try and kill each other yet. They still have the Sunshot campaign to go through.
Yeah.
It's not until the end of the Sunshot campaign after the Wen are gone.
Yeah.
So yeah, that worked perfectly fine. I mean, they're finally fucking addressing it, right?
潮儿，你可知木西山一事犯了何忌？
Yeah, you let a guy get away.
愚钝，请父亲明示。
要杀，便该杀绝，立威于天下。你看众仙门如此迅速，只因我岐山温室威压在上。一旦威压稍泄，这些蠢蠢欲动之徒就会立刻反咬你一口。
那父亲，孩儿现在
I mean, he did literally order them all to die, so
完成
Yeah.
长久霸业，必得立威权，昧心志，固手足，必傲。
the Warhammer technique.
前两者固
Yeah.
然耗时许久，筹谋甚远，而后两者却是短时就能见效的。
您是说设立监察寮？
正是。顺，则收归麾下，为我所用。
Well, we do know one specific clan that wants to be.
杀一，儆百。
You don't say, Fire Lord.
Yeah. Maybe this inspired. Well, I mean, this is pretty popular. This game after Avatar, right?
站住！
At least this anime.
一说到这些事你就走。好啊，走了就别再回来。从今往后，两不相见。
She better stay in the show.
怎么又吵上了？
I legit do not give a shit about their marriage. I just like her as a character, and I want her to stick around.
不过于夫人这回气大了，我们兄媳可就惨了。 你小声点儿，被夫人听到又要受罚了。
That's bad. She's being a bully to them. Not their fault.
They require discipline.
Yeah, but it's not discipline if you're punishing them because you're angry at somebody else.
No, she's punishing them
being
for
bullied.
them going out of their way and talking shit. They need to
Only they
focus
heard
on their studies, not gossip.
是，宗主。
Like I said, ultimately, I think she's in the right.
什么？六师弟被温狗抓走了？
是啊，温家人都到大厅了。
江少主不在，我们走。
Why send her? It made sense when he was like fucking around on the mountain.
茶呢？
Not her by herself.
没有茶，要喝自己倒。云梦江氏的家仆从来不做事的。
云梦江氏的家仆有更重要的正经事做，端茶送水这种家奴都能做的事，不需要旁人代劳。
嗯，哼，你们江家也太不像话了。
Also, wasn't she a servant herself before?
Yeah.
世家之中，尊卑还是得分清的。
夫人，
你抓我云梦江氏的子弟做什么？做什么？他包藏祸心，对我岐山温氏大不敬，已被我送去发落了。
六师弟能包藏什么祸心？
证据确凿，还想抵赖？
不就事实寻常的独眼怪风筝，算什么证据？
哼，这世上那么多种风筝。
I don't know what I'm hoping for here.
是圆形的独眼怪。
I want her to get put in her place. But I feel like there's only one person in the room I could accept doing that to her.
于夫人，你这是装不懂吗？ 这风筝上画的，分明就是代表我岐山温氏的太阳。他设这样一只风筝，分明是在借机暗喻射日。
哼，欲加之罪，何患？住口！
你这次来。 就是为了这个风筝？当然不是，我这次是代表岐山温氏和温公子来惩治一个人的。
Yeah, I just wanted to like grab her by the hair and drag her out and throw her into the marsh or something.
谁呀？就是他。这小子在木樨山带头闹事。 险些坏了温公子的大事，云梦江氏必须严惩此人。
Yeah, conceivably, the angle that she was pointing, she wouldn't be pointing at him.
Yeah.
阿娘，
住口！这个魏婴没记错的话，是云梦江氏的家仆吧？眼下江宗主不在。 相信于夫人掂得清分量，不然若是云梦江氏要包庇他，可真让人怀疑。有些传言
Again, even at this point, you don't give him up.
Yeah.
什么传言？
Our internal dispute is our fucking business, but we're still Jiang Clan.
陈年风流债。
你，你。
Well, called that wrong.
Yeah.
Unless she whips this bitch, which I'm hoping she does, and not Wei Ying.
我走。 规矩的东西，迟早会给江家带来大麻烦。
Damn it. Well, called her wrong.
Yeah. I mean, she'll do whatever it takes to protect the clan, right? And her son.
Yeah, but it's not the character I wanted her to be.
Also, she hates him too.
Right, but I was hoping that love of clan would overcome hatred of internal, politics. Although, didn't go through the magic robes.
哟，这样就完了。
你还想怎样？
于夫人，既然是惩罚，当然要让他终生都记得这个教训。
You already fucking branded him.
你待如何？
温二公子宽厚，只要斩下他一只手。
Finger?
便从此
Hand,
不
okay.
计较。
I don't remember any of the flashbacks to him missing a hand. Wait, he can't be missing a hand. He plays a fucking flute.
阿娘，别！我求你了，如果父亲知晓，
闭嘴！他知道了又能如何？杀了我不成？
Again, just whip around, strangle this bitch with your whip.
看来今后我们在监察寮也一定能谈得来。
监察寮？
是啊，监察寮。
And she overplayed her hand.
件要事，我岐山温氏新出的监察令，即日起，在每一座城都设一处监察寮，由我岐山温氏统一号令。本来云梦江氏出了
You could have kept your mouth shut until she did the thing.
怀疑莲花坞能不能担起监察寮这一重责。不过于夫人这么服从我的命令。 以后一定是岐山温氏最忠心的下属。我现在宣布，今后莲花坞就是我岐山温氏在云梦的监察寮。
Yeah.
I'm so mixed minds right now. I wanted
Because
this.
it's not
You
about-
don't have to explain it less. Hold it until after to explain it. It's too much.
贱婢干儿！打狗也得看
So what happened to the two guys you were here with?
算什么东西？
They do nothing while you're beating up the woman you're gonna guard?
在我
Apparently.
面前提尊卑，我就教教你何为尊卑。我为尊，你为卑。
So the war started more because he's just like, I'm willing to kill this little shit, but
Well, no,
You
she
don't
wasn't
tell me
willing to
what to
kill him.
do.
There's a difference between whipping a guy you don't like and the element here
Cutting his hand?
is that we just like the whole episode's setting up I'm the woman of the house, and then
yeah.
that's the payoff at the end of the episode. I'm the woman of the house. Again, I don't know, because I'm on the fence here. I don't know if she would have cut his hand off or not. It very much felt like she was there on the fence herself, considering it. And then, Jian Sheng intervenes and says, and then she looks over, what do you think he would do anyway? What would he do to me? He wouldn't do anything to me. So I'm just like, is she just more responding to him now? The same way that you say something and then I get incensed and I just respond in a way that has nothing to do with actually what I'm thinking. Is she like going off on that the same way that I would? In which case, is she more like me than I keep thinking? And the element is, again, I was hoping that she would do what she did at the end, at the very beginning. Because I hate this kid. He represents everything that I don't like, everything that people are talking about, all of the misconceptions about what's going on in this relationship, and everything he gets over what my own son gets. But we're all John Clan here, and how dare you insult any of us? Our internal strife is different from the what you bring upon us externally. But then she doesn't go that way. She goes for the, well, if I can beat the shit out of a guy I don't like and get success for the clan, win-win. I was like, I wasn't really hoping for that. I was hoping for the other way around. But then by the end, I'm getting what I want anyway. Because as I said, I want this woman down. But there's only one way that's going to work out here. I don't want to see Wen Ying beat the shit out of a woman. I don't want to see Jian Chang beat the shit out of a woman. There's a woman in the room, though, who could. And that's what I was waiting for. And happens by the end. So, and then she says a line that's very cool. I'm the woman of the house. It's like, okay, yeah. So, I don't know. I'm on the fence. She's not exactly my perfect character, but she gets there. Maybe if she didn't spend so much time considering she's going to chop off the guy I got drawn as his hand, I'd be more on board. But again, that's my major thing. Like, I recognize that we were silent for maybe 5 minutes of the reaction because we're just focused on what was happening. It's like, I don't want to. But what's that?
I tried to say something like, no, shut up. I want to listen to this.
No,
like,
that's that. Lessons, if I had to tell you to shut up, then that's not the part I'm talking about. Like a good 5 minutes of them going over their relationship to one another and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were just, if we're both silent lessons, then I'm not telling you to shut up because that'd be me talking. No, you're saying you're trying to explain the thing. It's like, yeah, I fucking understand. I think the viewing audience fucking understands what's going on here. And remember that when you talk, I have to reduce 75% of the viewing screen down. So you gotta let the action play out. That's why I try to be very succinct and quick so that I can get like a 5-second bit out and then so you can watch what's happening. But I said also wait till the end. So here's where you can explain to us what we know.
Well, the thing is, I think she would have gone so far as to cut his hands off because she sees him not only as a personal embarrassment and as the thing that divides him from his son and husband, but also the problem here is for them is that we have she also wants. I think that she would have cut off him because she sees him as the source of all the problems, right? And this accusation that he, insulted the Wen clan and it's a problem with the Wen clan. Like, okay, I get rid of the problem. But she's clan first, right? He's always clan first, right? I don't know if he would kill him necessarily, but I think he was like, oh, a hand. I can live. He can live without a hand, right? It's the moment when she says, oh, by the way, our real plan is to basically put an office here to observe you and to force you into obedience, because clearly the kidnapping thing didn't work, right? The taking the hostages. We're going to do that now. And I was like, oh, and you're going to be the one in charge here in my house? Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, we went over before, again, in that scene that I was talking about before, that we were both not talking. We weren't reacting because we were engrossed in what was happening, which, again, is the perfect sign of a great show. The fact that two people who are literally only here to talk about something and talk over it could not do it because we had to take in what we were watching. She goes over that whole thing before, so you don't really have to explain that that's what's going on with her. Because again, they cover it in the episode. Not that we didn't know that before, but that it's already been explained 5 to 10 minutes prior to the scene. More so, it's just I disagree with you at what point she was willing to go to. You're saying, oh, he lived without a hand. I think when you go to the point of physically marring a person for life to the point of disability, that's the consideration. Am I going too far? I hate him. Do I want him dead? Do I want to make an example of him? Or do I just want this to be over? Like, I believe she was at that point. That's why she didn't just, like, immediately call for a knife or something, you know? She didn't have it done immediately. She got into an argument about it, which is waffling, in my opinion. So, I'm agreeing with you that the spy thing was over the edge for her, but I think that was already, she was teetering on it with that, the hand thing, whereas your opinion is, she could do that. So, our opinions differ here on how far we think she'd be willing to go. Again, that's based on my opinion that I was hoping that she would slap the shit out of this woman on the punish him thing. Where clearly she is a bit more vindictive than I gave her credit for. She used the opportunity to try to appease the other side while at the same time getting out some aggression. Whereas I was hoping that she'd be more clan first than petty. But she had some pettiness in her, which, you know, granted, she's a full, well-rounded character.
Yeah. This episode was pretty good. Succinct to the point, yeah.
My problem is again, first new episode in a while, so I'm still kind of like drinking it in. The element is also, I feel, kind of removed from the previous ones. Recency bias. When I say removed, I mean removed by time, not removed as I'm separating myself from them. Because right now, this is one of the best episodes so far. Like, I would say possibly the greatest episode so far has been Dictatorship? That was last episode, wasn't it? No. The one that starts off with the Wen clan taking over.
Yeah.
Because that just sets up the new standard, right? I know some people would probably go with some of the initial episodes of Lanzan and Wei Ying meeting and everything like that, or whichever episode it was that the rabbits come into play, representing, you know, the relationship as it's coming out to be. Or maybe even, I was about to jump back to this episode again, because, you know, their relationship there at the beginning of the cave. I don't know. This would easily be probably top 3 right now.
Yeah. It's a pretty good episode. I really like it. I think it's right there with the 3rd episode where they have the fight with the statue and they're all in the forest.
That's not even close. I don't think any of them from the first 3 episodes are going to be in my top 3. I mean, maybe the first one for just having so much extra time on it than the rest of the episodes get, and being the introduction and everything. Although at the same time, it's the opposite of what I feel like from the Wen takeover episode, in that the narrator going over everything just feels so out of place.
I mean, it's a big info dump, so, you know.
Yeah, but when the Wen clan takeover happens and we get the info dump, it's about people that we know, or, you know, kind of know, and that there's a bunch of clans that we've never met before. But, you know, go over what happens at Guso and everything like that, and it's like, oh, well, shit. Versus the first episodes going over, like, we haven't met a single person yet, and we're getting an info dump on the history of a bunch of people and groups that, so it doesn't mean very much. And then, not for nothing, we get an introduction to a character and a group of people that aren't going to matter in 3 episodes.
They barely matter in the episode that they're in.
Well, I just mean that, again, a lot of opinion that we have is based on the fact that we know what's coming due to the first episode. And then, you know, certain flashbacks and things that happened in the first 3 episodes. So it's not like they're completely meaningless to us. They have shaped our opinions of things to come. It's just the element that right now, they don't matter. Again, I think I would equate this to the original Berserk. Episode 1 is after the final episode, right?
Yeah.
We kind of wrap back around. Here's the end. Let me tell you how we got here, all the way to the end. And then, hey, this happens after that last thing.
Yeah. You won't believe how it got here. No, that's not the me.
Well, we started in the future. Presumably, we're going to go back there at some point and then be that guy again. But we're there, and then we're going back there again. We've got to go back to the future.
Yes. But that's how the meme goes. I said, you wonder how I got here. Blah, 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 blah.
Yes, we all watched the Megamind. If you didn't, you should.
Pretty cool movie.
Presentation.
Yeah. Yeah, good episode all around. I like it.
All right. Well, with all that said, once again, I have been Theta. This has been Lessons. We've been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?